Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, we have one harbor who was saying, yeah, we don't want cruise ships, we don't want as many cruise ships, we're going to restrict cruise ships, and then just downstream, there's another harbor that's saying, well, you know what, if you don't want them, send them to us. We want that revenue. And then we have some really interesting itineraries starting to be announced in 2023. And we also have a brand new cruise ship that you can now start booking, as well as an extension of a ship into next year. They're going to stick around in this port. So last year we heard a lot about Bar Harbor, Maine saying, you know what, we want to put restrictions on cruise ships. They asked the populace of the town in the middle of a wave of COVID during the pandemic, do you think we should limit the cruise ships? What do you think the answer is going to be if you say, hey, should we bring thousands of people into our town during the pandemic? What do you think the answer is going to be? I mean, it's one of the most stupid questions I've ever heard somebody put out there by government. Maybe do it when there's not a pandemic to get a true reading of your people's feelings. Because this is a long-term thing you're talking about. It's not a short-term thing. So yeah, but Bar Harbor, they made the decision that they're going to start looking at limiting the cruise ships and sizes and how many coming in. Well, just down the river, the ocean there, we have Rockland in Maine. And their mayor there is saying, you know what? Maybe we should reach out to these cruise lines and say, hey, why don't you come to our town if they won't let you come there? We can use the revenue. We can certainly use an extra $100,000 income coming into our town and our city to help with a revenue stream and also generate more business in our town. So it looks like as one cruise port looks to limit, another opens up. It's like that old saying, you know, when somebody closes a door, somebody opens a window. I don't know what the saying. I'm Canadian. Okay, so that's one story. And then I was looking. I'm trying to figure out where to go and where to cruise. This year's pretty booked because I have group cruises all season. I have my Mediterranean cruise on the Celebrity Beyond in July. I'm pretty booked this year. So I started looking at next year, and Celebrity just announced some really interesting itineraries. And one of them is the Celebrity Millennium. And she's going to start in September of 2023 with 12-night sailings. And it's going to do North and Southeast Asia, including stops in Japan, China, Malaysia, Thailand, the spice routes, and offering ports like Indonesia, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, just some really interesting itineraries. And it's also going to give you a chance to leave from ports that you might not ever be able to leave from, like Bali and Mumbai. It's really looking like some very interesting stops, something out of the ordinary for most cruise ships. And then they're also going to be joined by the Celebrity Solstice in November, and they're going to be doing 12-night itineraries with Vietnam and Thailand from Hong Kong and Singapore. Now, my trip to Japan was amazing, and I can't wait to get back into that area. And one of the cruises really looked interesting to me. They're going to be offering 2 of these sailings, and it's 17-night trans-Pacific sailings, leaving from either Honolulu or Sydney, Australia, calling into New Zealand, Morena, Tahiti, Fiji, the French Polynesia, and others. 17 nights in Fiji, Tahiti. It sounds, you know, doing the coast of New Zealand, it sounds like a great cruise. And I'm seriously looking at possibly joining one of those 2 17-night cruises. I have to see when they are before I start saying yes, I can do them, because I have to plan my 2023 group cruises And I'm waiting for some of the itineraries to open up. Did you know you can't book Christmas for 2023 yet? Can't do it. Looking at that. And some of the other ships still aren't booking in 2023 yet for the summer. So it's hard to book group cruises if the ships haven't started yet. But yeah, that 17-night Trans-Pacific sounds really, really interesting. It sounds like a great cruise. So that's some itineraries. And you should keep an eye out for that because you're hearing Celebrity now and other cruise lines are changing some of their ships. We just heard about the ship we're not going to do the Mediterranean anymore. They're sending it over to the Caribbean. And now these two ships are heading to Asia for some really interesting itineraries. So ships are moving around as ports are closed and open, but the 2023 season looks to be full-blown wide open, and some of those itineraries look amazing. Now about that new cruise ship and the extension of another one into 2023, before I get there, let me just invite you to hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Really does help the channel. It keeps you up to date with all things cruising, from itinerary changes to cruise ship cancellations to ship relaunches to basically everything. We talk about everything here on the channel. It really does help the channel when you subscribe, and if you have done so, welcome to the channel, and again, I really appreciate it. Okay, MSC Cruise Line, the MSC Meraviglia in Port Canaveral, they say, you know what, it's been such a success there that we're having passengers really like that ship leaving from that area. We're going to extend it into 2023. It was supposed to leave and possibly go someplace else. As you heard, they are starting the newest ship from MSC is starting to sail out of Miami. So people were saying, well, maybe they're going to move these ships away. It looks like Port Canaveral, the MSC Meraviglia, is going to stick around a little longer. And speaking of that new ship, MSC Seascape, you can now start booking sailings for her inaugural sailing. So there's another brand new ship out there. And we have a lot of brand new ships coming into, I mean, the Norwegian Prima's coming out. We have the Disney Wish coming out. We have the Wonder starting up. There's so many cruise ships out there now and new ones coming on board. It's a smorgasbord, shall we say, because we haven't sailed in so long, and a lot of these ships are still coming online and just coming out again, that it's giving us a multiple choice of new cruise ships over 2022 and 2023, more than we've ever seen before. So there's one, the MSC Seascape. There's another one that you can book starting next week. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. We'll see more tips, more tricks, more travel vlogs from around the world. Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.